Dave and Mary Ann Bugni, and we are at the Bugni Family Forest and Tree Farm here in the community of George in rural Estacada. We purchased our initial 17 acres 30 years ago and built our house here, and we raised our daughter Andrea and our son Vince here. Over the years, we've added additional parcels, about 6 acres adjacent to this 17 acres, and then an additional 40-acre and 20-acre parcels up the road about a quarter of a mile. So we have a total of 83 acres.
Our objectives with our property are multifaceted. I would say they focus primarily on natural resources. So for example, we enjoy nature. We like to be out in the forest and hike, and we appreciate the forest land and the water and the wildlife that are here. But we also generate periodic income from time to time due to thinning operations and that sort of thing. And then we also are looking at carbon storage and sequestration potential of our forest lands as well. The most important resource on our property is Cedar Creek, which flows through all of our parcels. It's a medium-type salmon steelhead bull trout creek, and it also allows us to generate a good portion of our own electricity through our own micro-hydroelectric facility. We focus most of our work on fish habitat restoration projects within the creek, ranging from large wood to boulders to gravels. Through the work of adjacent landowners, working with them and allowing them to work with us, we've completely restored over 2 miles of Cedar Creek. And with the replacement of the 2 fish blocking culverts with the new bridge, we've effectively opened up another 5 miles of Cedar Creek for anadromous fish to be able to rear and spawn where they should. And we've seen the results of those efforts, because when we first moved here, there were no signs of salmon or steelhead in the creek, and now we have quite a few, and that's been verified by the annual surveys that are done by the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife. We've had quite a bit of collaboration over the years, not only with our adjacent neighbors, but with a number of agencies. And so that's allowed us to work with Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Clackamas River Basin Council, Clackamas County Department of Transportation. We're extreme supporters of education, particularly natural resource education. So we've had a number of entities out, ranging from students from Mount Hood Community College, the Clackamas River Basin Council and their members out. We've had the Clackamas Stewardship Partners out, which is a consortium of folks from U.S. Forest Service, U.S. Geological Survey, BLM, etc. So the management plan to us is extremely important. It serves as a pathway or a guide for us. Of course, we might modify it from time to time, but allows us to see the whole picture in the confines of our home, to look at it, go out, check it out, but then gives us a pathway to implement the things that we've thought about over the years. And in our plan, we wrote to go from 2013 through 2050. So it's a long-term plan, because forests are a long-term investment.
Our property here has afforded our family with a lot of recreational opportunities as well as working opportunities. Our children enjoyed a lot of hiking on the property. Our son really enjoyed mountain biking when he was a youth, and he developed his own mountain biking circuit. And both of our children were able to have some summer employment work helping us.
As far as forest management activities, we do quite a bit. We do everything except for the actual logging that we had done in 2014. Other than that, we do pre-commercial thinning where it's necessary. We do pruning of all tree limbs up to about 20 feet to minimize the risk due to fire hazards. We've also created wildlife snags, not too many. When we moved on to the home piece here and built our home back in 1991, this forest land had not been logged since the Great Depression. So now it's entering almost 100 years old. And when we bought the adjacent 6-acre piece, that had just been clear cut. So that forest is now just a little over 20 years old. The 40-acre piece that we bought in 1999 was clear cut in 1990. So that forest is now just over 30 years old. And then the forest parcel that we bought, the 20-acre piece in 2012, that one was about 50 years old. So now it's approaching 60 years old. In the more natural regenerative parts of our parcels, for example, our home place here, where there was no artificial or human planting done, it's a mixture of hardwoods and conifers. So we have mostly, as you can see, have Douglas fir, but we also have western red cedar, western hemlock, big leaf maple, cottonwood, alder, cherry. But what we've been doing over the years is planting about at least 500 to 1,000 trees per year of other species, primarily conifers like western hemlock and western red cedar, to give us greater biodiversity in our trees. in our view, it's very important to be a member of the American Tree Farm system, because it's like any profession that you're in, you want to follow best management practices, and I believe that being affiliated with an organization like that allows you to do that.